let's say you date a light-skinned girl because it's your type, right? It's your type. I don't really believe in that type of, when it comes to skin tone. I think it's something that you learn. And I say because it's your type, it's your preference, although I think it's learned. What happens when you marry this woman and she gives you a child and it's a girl and the girl comes out looking like you? How will you instill confidence in this dark-skinned girl?
Right.
And if you have a type that's only light and you cannot date a dark, isn't that saying something about how you see yourself when you look at yourself, finding it attractive? If you have a type, let it be kind, okay, yes. Nice smile, whatever, but specific down to skin tone, and it has to be on the fairer side. You need to unfuck your brain. I'm sorry. You need to figure that out. So let's say you date.
So what do you think about that?
I was not expecting her to say that last sentence.
The last sentence, yeah, that's like she's angry. But
yeah. Okay. I have several thoughts on this. It's good, right?
Feedback.
I have several thoughts on this. All right. So the first thing that I would say is anyone is allowed to have a type. Whatever your type is, have your type. Everyone is allowed to like something and not like something. Like, I feel like we live in this generation that, oh my goodness, you're not allowed to like something. Otherwise, it's unfair to the other things that you didn't say that you like. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're starting to really we're starting to really take people's opinions away, and even their preference away of, you have no right to feel this way because I feel excluded. Like, no, people can feel however they feel. People can have a type, whatever their type is. I do understand what she's trying to say. She's trying to basically say, because the beauty standard over the years have been like a European standard of beauty, therefore, you know, fairer skin, lighter skin is closer to like what's beautiful. This is as a result of, you know, slavery, as a result of colonization. And we've talked about this before. This happens all over the world. It happens in Asia. You see the Korean commercials, bleaching commercials and stuff like that. Like, the lighter, like more pale you are, the better, the more beautiful. Darker you are, the more it's like, oh, you must be like, you know, farmer or lesser than or whatever. We see it in India. We see it in South America. We see it like all over, right? And it's not 100, like, if there's a place where you live and you're from and you're like, yo, no, you know what? It's actually the opposite. That's great. I'm not saying it's 100% everywhere, but I'm saying, like, in a grand scheme of things, I feel like that's what most people would agree on. And then even in the Caribbean and stuff, like, that's why bleaching creams and things like that, like on the continent and whatnot, like is a major issue. So I do feel like I get what she's saying. The standard of beauty is like European standard, or that's what it has been with colorism. And she's trying to say that, and I feel like there was an era when people were like more what's beautiful was more, oh, you're light skinned. Like, we saw it on TV, the TV shows. The more ratchet person was like the darkest skinned girl, right? She was ratchet, she was ugly, she was like the friend. The more love subject was the lighter skinned girl. So I get what she's saying in that, like, she feels like sometimes guys may say, especially black men may say, like, oh, I want a girl who's, you know, light skinned with this and that, etc. And it may come from all of this kind of like psychological thing. And she might feel like it's kind of like an output of colorism. And there's also been like dark skinned guys that have made fun of dark skinned girls. Like, there have been people that have like just criticized certain things like that. So I get what she's saying, and she's frustrated. But I do think you have the, like, you can like whatever you want to like, you know, it is what it is. So
yeah, I mean, I understand what you were saying, what you said. I have no idea what she was trying to say, even though I know what she was trying to say, but I still don't know what she was trying to say.
What I said?
No, like, because to me it's like why you so like on a attack, like, you feel me? And my question is, and I could be wrong, but my question is here: if she was light skinned, you think she would be saying the same thing? Possibly,
Probably not.
Possibly, right? Maybe, or maybe
Probably not.
Probably not, right? Because like it's always this beef between light skinned chick between light skinned chick and dark skinned chick. To me, which it doesn't. I'm not gonna say it doesn't make sense to me because I'm not in either one of their shoes, right? Like a light skinned, for example, a light skinned guy, they would say that they're soft or whatever, and it's like a time and like there's always like a time and moment for like the color thing. Like sometimes like, oh, dark skinned guys are up right now, or like right now it's a light skinned guys era or light skinned girls era, whatever. Like we can say that some people actually like light skinned girl because they just that's what they like. That's their preference. And there's others also that
Why?
they like. Okay, let me get to it. I mean, it's like everybody got a type. She's saying like a type. She said a type is like I think she said like
Kind
and stuff like that. Like bro, like that's just
everyone should be kind.
everybody should be kind. Like what the way? Or you're my type because you're horrible. You're disrespectful. Like what? What is that like? Anyway, I don't even understand it. But there's some people that like light skin because they just simply like light skin because that's their preference. That's what they're attracted to. And there's some people that probably also that look down on like dark skin girl, and then they like light skin because they feel like if you're lighter, you're on the upper echelon of like when it comes to like black
social
girls,
status and stuff.
right? Yeah, social status in the bracket of like for black girls, right? So you're saying that there's something wrong with you if you end up having a daughter that end up being your skin tone. Like, what did she say? If she end up being dark skin, what would you tell her when it comes to like dealing with men that don't like?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, you're going so far. That is so far fetched. That doesn't make any sense. Like, if there's, for example, let's say, like it was I was in a dark skin. Like my girl was dark skin, and then my daughter come out and end up being dark skin, and a guy say, yo, I don't like you because you're dark skin. She come to me, yo, dad. Guys saying that I'm dark skin, like, hey, I'm gonna tell her, look here, baby girl, this is life. Some people might not like you because simply they're not attracted to you. They just like lighter skin girl for whatever reason it may be. You go find yours and find who likes you. That right there doesn't even make any sense. Like you're just.
Oh, I don't think that's what she meant
What
in
did
the
she
example you just gave. Because in the example you gave, the wife is dark skin and the daughter is dark skin.
I thought he was saying like if you end up marrying that light skin and the daughter come out dark skin. Because
Yeah. Oh, you said dark skin. You said the wife is dark. Okay.
No, the daughter is dark skin. Like if I'm dark skin, my wife is light skin, and then my daughter ended up coming out dark skin.
Okay.
The fact that I took her light skin, and my daughter came out my skin, because I think she also trying to reference that, like trying to say that you don't like your own skin.
Yeah. In that example, she's talking to the latter of what you said. You said there are two different scenarios. There's some people that they just like it because they prefer it.
Correct.
There are other people because they feel like, you know what, I want a light skinned girl because of this, that, and the dark skinned girl, I don't want her.
Yeah.
She don't like.
Correct.
I think in that example, she's talking about that second person.
That's an example. I give two different scenarios. She gave one scenario.
Yeah, she's bucketing it all,
which is wrong. Which is wrong because I hate when people say, I understand what she was trying to say. No, elaborate. You're on a podcast. Elaborate, because now you're offending people.
Like what she said. I didn't watch the whole podcast. So
I didn't watch the whole podcast. Just the video. I'm just saying you on a talking show. You can elaborate what you're saying. I mean that's a clip. That's cut. Maybe she did when and elaborate.
Yeah,
but as far as what we
gave a personal experience.
What is a person? I tell people your personal experience doesn't mean that's the world. I always say that. But again, the daughter thing we're past. I'm just gonna be like, yo, find your person. Now let's get to the nitty gritty of it. Like I even told you, like when I came to the state, they was like, yo, you black as hell. I was like, what does that mean? Like I'm black, you're black. No, there was a difference between you being super dark and brown and light skin. Great. If I'm dark, if I'm black as the TV screen, right? I'm just saying. I have homies that's dark as hell. I'm like, dang, you black as hell. You black. Like, okay, you're really black. But does that mean I hate you because you're dark? No. Right? And It can be a person that's like light or whatever, and I can be like, yo, I like light skin over dark skin, just because that's what I'm attracted to. Like, I guess you're trying to say you can't be attracted to skin color.
No, yeah, I think what she's trying to say is
Not attracted to skin color, like a skin color. Like
Like
if you have
color.
a skin color that's
Hue.
your type,
yeah.
then that's like something wrong with you.
I think she's saying, like, I think her main point is that second scenario that you gave, right? Her main point is that's how, like, that's where it stems from. What she believes is when people say, I don't like dark skinned girls, I like light skinned girls, she believes that that's what they mean because it stems from that second scenario that you're giving. Like, I think that's what she's saying, like, oh, it stems from because, like that's wrong to say. And I think that's what she's basing everything off of.
It's wrong to say that.
Because of the second scenario you gave.
No, I get it. But I'm saying it again. She didn't give a second scenario. She just
No, she didn't. I'm just saying your second scenario is
That's
what
what
she thinks the whole thing is.
That's what I'm arguing.
Yeah.
So my whole point is like if you can like somebody because they're light skinned, you can like somebody because they're dark skinned, right? And there's other scumbags that let me not just say scumbags because sometimes you don't know people's experience.
And
they probably grew up in a way where they think like, yo, I'm used to like brighter people, or I feel like if you're
society.
white, I feel like when you're white or you're lighter, like you are better than dark skinned girl or whatever the case may be. That definitely happens.
And just subconsciously. Like,
subconscious. That's what I'm saying.
And like how many times, oh, she's so beautiful, she's light skinned. Like just people say it comes out of their mouth. Like, oh, I Benny, like it comes out of their mouth subconsciously.
I have a question.
Elle est jolie, claire. Like,
okay,
when it comes to women, right? Not even men, women. Like a lot of times that's how people don't even think about it.
Okay, let's get into this. So so what if like that light skinned person actually they just look better?
Yeah,
like,
that could be the case too, but like
I understand what you're
that
saying.
being part of the description of
I understand what you're saying because people look at it as soon as you say that they're on the attack of like this is what it is. Like I can literally say, yo, like she's so light, she's light skinned, she's beautiful, like her skin complexion and the way her facial structure match well together. Sometimes sometimes you can be dark skinned, right, and ugly. Sometimes you can be light skinned and ugly. Let me be fair here. And also sometimes people are like, yo, you look good for a dark skinned chick. Disrespectful.
Yeah, very.
Sometimes some people can be ugly, they're light skinned, but because of their light skin, they can kind of pass a little bit. No, I'm saying this what people like. People are like, oh my gosh, she light skinned. And then you hear people say, if she wasn't light skinned, she would be ugly. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, to be fair, the dark skinned girls to me like have been bashed way more than the light skinned girls. Like I could be like, that's my experience. Somebody could say different. I'm not gonna disagree with it. But I hear more bashing of like dark skinned chick than light skinned chick. Even in the music video, we normally usually see like light skinned chicks in the music videos.
Yeah.
Than dark skinned chick. Now, it's some light skinned chick, bro. I'm like, yo, if she was dark skinned, she wouldn't look this crazy. Cause sometimes when you ugly and you light skinned, your ugliness come out.
What do you mean your ugliness comes out?
Like, how like if somebody's ugly, you put the flashlight in their face, you like, oh damn. He was in the dark. I couldn't really see him, or she was in the dark.
Oh my God,
No, I'm just being serious. So when they being light skinned, I can clearly see your ugliness.
No,
that's a fact. It's so many like different